Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. In this episode, we've got a few things to do. Where is our next boss fight gonna be at? It's gonna be 588. Alright. We're probably gonna be taking taking down our next bounty in this episode, but before that we've got a few things to do. I have already rolled myself a nice item bonus, so we're going to use that, but after we're done with this realm, going to be doing some experimentation. But before that, as I said, we're just going to do a random realm, and we'll see what we find. We are, what are we dealing with? Extra speed is garbage. The rest of it is okay. Stats being swapped could also make things annoying, but hopefully it isn't that bad. It's gonna be, I think, it's gonna be pretty bad. And it's gonna mean that this is not gonna be a divination candle kind of floor. The books are alive. Oh my god. What are you fused with? Sanctus creatures aren't the worst, I guess. At least they're not resurrecting on death. Should we just immediately take the master on, or should we get some buffs and debuffs going? Let's get a few buffs and debuffs. Like maybe we could like freeze the enemy or snare them. Probably not snare, but maybe frozen, maybe put them to sleep. We're proficient, enemies are silenced. Next battle we deal more damage. It's fine. Yeah, let's start dealing with some of these creatures. Them being silenced is gonna simplify the combat a little bit. No spells. Do they have a chance to avoid damage? They don't, so why were they just flagrantly avoiding my damage there? That was very unpleasant. Alright, let's get through this. Fortunately, they don't have like extra attacks or extra casts, because that would be very annoying. Just as annoying as this fool who just came back, only to just be immediately killed again. Let's deal with you as well. Whites are always a bit of an irritating foe to deal with, just because of the resurrections that they can sometimes have. Fortunately, this was not a resurrecting white. Alright. Nice arbitration, but we have maximum buffs, so we don't get to keep that. Alright, alright. Let's just do that. Easy. Easy, alright. Invisible enemies are turned to stone, which is great. So I think with that we can go and fight the master. It's still kind of a long process, isn't it? Dealing with these enemies. It's okay though. We'll let's go ahead and deal with this guy pretty quickly. Yeah, very, very slow going in this floor. And it doesn't help when we slow things down even further for ourselves with all of these unnecessary casts from the animators. Now we're fighting the Beacon Master. Beacons are annoying enemies because they can just make battles a little bit like, because they've got animated gem, which is annoying. Like casting spells. Fortunately, there's silence, which seems like it's put a bit of a damper on their spell casting, but I think we're just gonna do this. You know what, just do that. Oh, and are we just gonna immediately win, or are we gonna have to go through the formality of? Oh no, I think we're just gonna win. This corpse explosions should trigger, and our unicorn should shut down these resurrections. There we go. Good job. Alright, now we just finished the rest of this floor. Haven't found a lot of treasure. In fact, I don't know if we've opened a single treasure chest. The whole point of going in with a high item bonus is to open treasure chests and, you know, interact with other sources of loot. But I guess now that we've taken care of most of the other distractions, now we can deal with this properly. Let's take care of these dudes. Good stuff. Right, let's keep going. What's back here? Nothing. Up here, nothing. Up and around here. Nothing. What about down here? A treasure chest? I'll take it. Alright, let's go in here. Okay, yeah, let's just do this. No reason to prolong things. Let's just try and make things quick. Nothing in here. Grab this, grab that. Yeah, it's very slow going, with enemies having the speed advantage. Grab that. Go around, grab this. Take you. Oh, there was one thing I should have done while I was in town that I forgot to do. Bit of a mistake. Alright, so pink and red is what we want, right? Yeah, that's what gives us favor with Zante. Ooh, a whole bunch of treasure chests. Unfortunately, nothing in them. Pretty sad, but it was nonetheless satisfying to open all of them. And we can't do red and pink for a second time. That would have been nice. Alright, let's keep on moving through. And I think this is the final creature that should end the realm quest. Kill you. Kill you dead. Alright. So realm quest done. That's our experiment ready to hand in. I guess I'll take that, take this. come around and just a few... I think we're done. I think we're fully done with this realm. Okay, now we've got to head back to Siralim. We've got a few things to take care of before we do... Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to summon a Sapphire Carbuncle. We need a lot of these. And unfortunately, the mana for summoning it doesn't stack. So if I go to my bestiary now, and if I go back to the Sapphire Carbuncle, it's reset down to 0, and unfortunately we already have the card for this creature, which means I'm gonna have to summon it in a realm, so that basically I want 5 of these. I want 5 of these creatures for a thing that I'm gonna try to do later on in a few episodes. Alright, but before we do that, we'll do this. Prophecy task. Rune of Prophecies is ready to turn in. Let's first of all start a new hunt. Let's pick an A rank creature. Do it. No, we haven't even reached S rank with Abaddon Guard, so I guess we'll just do Abaddon Guard again. We are trying to use our hunts to increase the number of S rank creatures that we have. Alright. Let's turn in our Rune of Prophecies. A good amount of piety. I'm liking that. And, well, let's take a look at the new one we have. Training missions we're already doing. Tenebris we could do. Another boss we will do. Assassination mission is a little unfortunate just because it takes a long time, but I think we'll be fine. Right. Here's what we'll do. Let's start an assassination mission on whichever one we seem to have the least off. So we have 0 for the Stag Guide because it's a recent acquisition for us. We'll just assassinate you, and now I also need to summon a Doomsday Spectre. Should be able to easily do that. There we go. I need to craft... Hang on. Yeah, I need to craft a new pair of boots. Because this artifact, when you socket a spell gem in it, will have a chance of casting on turn. Alright. Now upgrade these boots. Spending a lot of brimstone, but we have tons. Yeah, might as well even do that. And I need to socket it... its trait slot with a... I think it's called a... some sort of like a... Hang on a second. I'm gonna have to look this up on the online codex, Siralim Ultimate Traits. What is the material for... no, it's the Silver Shackle. The Silver Shackle is the thing. Silver Shackle. Do I have a Silver Shackle? I've got 11 Silver Shackles. Alright, that's pretty good. After an adjacent creature is killed, this creature gains 60% of its stats other than health. Alright. Seems fine. I'll socket 1 into that. And also... Alright, now some convoluted things are about to happen. Fortunately, or like, it doesn't really matter, because we're gonna do a quest on Realm Instability 0. In fact, we're gonna go all the way down to level 1 in just a moment. But before that, I need to change my party composition slightly. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna deposit my Unicorn Vivifier, and unfortunately, ideally what should happen is the slot should remain empty and the Dreadwhite should remain in slot 6, but it moves it up and it changes the party composition to something I don't like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the Doomsday Spectre. It doesn't matter that it's not even fused. I'm going to add it to my party. I need to change my party order. So, swap you. Oh, and you're a very low level. Let's fix that. Level up my Doomsday Spectre. Yeah, this is the one in my party, right? How much is this gonna cost? It costs a trivial amount of power. I'll pay it. We might even get some achievements. Yeah, for leveling up creatures a lot. Right. Now, let's remind ourselves why this Doomsday Spectre, or what the purpose is of having him in that slot. So if you go to our character, go to our own perks, there will be a... Yes, the third perk, your Animatus gains a copy of your 5th creature's innate trait. So we've just gained a copy of Blessing, or at the start of battle, the Animatus will gain Blessing from below. Now, take this down to 0, take this down to 0, take this down to, well, 0, and you can't go any lower than 1. We're gonna go all the way down to 0. And it doesn't matter which realm we go to. I guess we can do Arachnid Nest, right? Because, you know, get a bit more favor with the Regalis. And creatures pop out and attack. Doesn't really matter what they're gonna do. What is important is that if we hover over our Animatus, he has the temporary trait Blessing from below, which means after this creature gains stats other than maximum health, enemies lose. Okay. Also, I believe if... Okay, and before anything happens, let's look at the stats of our enemies. They have very low stats compared to what we have right now. The reason I'm doing this is I need to look at one specific thing. One specific thing. That specific thing is this. If I cast Feign Death, if I can find it. Wait. Oh no, wait, why don't... Oh god, hang on. We're gonna have to come back because I messed up a couple things. Yeah, we're gonna kill these guys unfortunately because I didn't have a generous on the Dread White's copy of Feign Death, and now nobody else can cast it. Is there anything else I can do that will raise our stats? I think the duelist is gonna kill their entire party before anybody else gets a chance to go. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Unless... Nah, there's nothing we can do to give these guys another turn. So... let's defend, I guess. Yeah, just defend. And now the, yeah, corpse explosions are gonna finish everybody off. That sucked. Alright. Well... that was a waste, but, listen. We'll be back. This is all about science, and it's not a total waste, because other little things are happening. We're getting favor with Regalis, we're getting knowledge with creatures. Vertrag is... Eternity's End, right? Yeah. If nothing else, we're stacking up more favor with Regalis. And who knows, maybe we'll get some other, you know, strange encounters here and there. Oh! Actually, hang on. We might be able to still do this. Let's look at our battle history. This is what I was afraid of. So... we gained a large amount of intelligence. They were supposed to lose 25% of that intelligence. However, they were already at a very low amount, and I was wondering, will Blessing from Below, like, will it allow us to run up the numbers on stat losses? And unfortunately, the answer appears to be no. So that is gonna complicate things for my eventual quest to deal with the big number achievements related to stat losses. Alright. Is there even a point to opening chests? Not in this realm, but I guess there's a very small chance of getting, I don't know. Yeah, the other thing that Blessing from Below does is it slows things down considerably. You can see the game actually, even though we're in turbo mode and we've turned off all the notifications, the game pauses while it's doing the extra calculations for stat loss. And even though the numbers are small, just the act of doing those calculations is bogging the game down, which is why I wouldn't want to make Blessing from Below part of our build. It would slow things down too much. Maybe you could keep it for some you know, some special fights that you're having trouble with. Oop. Then the question is, how are you gonna give enemies like an octillion of some stat? Like, the enemies need to have the stat before you can take it away. And how are they gonna have an octillion of some stat. Like, what enemy is there in the game that scales like that? Like, does diminishing returns apply to enemies? That's another interesting question. Maybe it's a moot point because diminishing returns doesn't apply to enemies, and all you need to do is just, like, fight a bunch of enemies that gain extra attacks every turn, keep them permanently snared, let them take a large number of turns, and then kill them? Okay. Skip turn. Yeah, and we need to summon more sapphire carbuncles. Yeah, unfortunately we already have the card for this creature, so I'm just gonna summon one group. For that one group, I'm going to just kill them to make the summon ready for me again. I grab these emblems because they're always useful. Even Realm Instability 0, taking the game all the way down to level 1, you will still find stuff in Realms that is useful to pick up. One of the things I like about this game is that it's very well designed in terms of, you know, like the end game currency items, and they're always being useful stuff to find and pick up on. So that was another experiment that I've done. Sadly, this one is a very... There's an emblem there that I should pick up. Yeah, I'll go out of my way to pick up one emblem. Yeah, and them not having like them, like I'm struggling for words, but the thing we discovered in this episode is if an enemy has a certain amount of, like, if you were reducing stats on an enemy and the stat reduction was potentially millions and millions, but the enemy only has like 4 of the stat, then you'd only gain credit for the small amount of stats that you did reduce and not the millions that you could have. Which in a certain way makes sense, but in a different way it's like, okay, you're not counting stat reductions that I do on my own creatures, and you're not counting stat averaging, which, or like things which might reduce a stat, but the action is stat set to something. Like, you're not counting these big things which are really like key ways that you would have made this happen. Then how are you going to have this happen? And maybe there's some spell. I'm gonna have to do some research, some big time research before the episode where I attempt these things. Alright. Now, there's one other thing I wanted to check, but that's less important. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to manage menagerie groups, and I want to swap to my proper menagerie group with my, yep, everything in its proper place. Now let's go back to Realm Instability 5, and as luck would have it, we're already in a good bonus. We don't have to roll anything. We're just going to go, I guess, to a random realm. Actually, before we go to a random realm, I want to check something. So let's look at. You have Archangel's Blessing boots. Disposability. Defense speed. Okay, you know what? Let me create a copy of what the unicorn is using, except instead of disposability, it's gonna have something else on it. But first I've got to remember what I put on the unicorn's thing. So defense speed, damage reduction, spell slots, and Archangel's Blessing. I mean, those stats aren't optimal, they're from a very old version of the build. The important thing is I don't want to change the stats because I don't want to start introducing unpredictable things to my build just yet. So defense speed. Damage reduction. And then the pump drill for more spell slots. And this, sure, we can give you a new Archangel's Blessing as well. Okay. Spell slot can be Archangel's Blessing. And I've already put the silver tether on it. Alright, so what I'll do is I will equip these boots to you. You're losing disposability, you're gaining silver tether. You're losing Archangel's Blessing, but you're gaining the same thing back. So that's not changing. Now, this we will test out in this realm. And hopefully this goes well for us. This one's a less important test than the previous one. Uh-oh. Looks like the game might be looks like the game might be stuck because I don't see anything. It's frozen on this screen for me. Yeah, the game seems to be frozen. Let's give it a moment. And if it doesn't immediately come back, I will be back. I'll come back with you. I'll be back and I will let you know what we're gonna do. Alright? So I guess I'll see you in a bit. Alright, back in the game. Hopefully it's not a problem. The downside is that it seems like a lot of our changes weren't were not saved, because they would have been saved had we properly entered the realm. But okay, so we're gonna have to do some stuff again. Alright, so socket these boots with shiny amber again. Armor scrap and pump drill again. I hope that it isn't something about like this item change that I'm making that is causing the crash. I mean, it shouldn't, right? Socket, because it allowed us to equip it. It allowed us to equip it. All right, artifacts. These boots. Equip them on you. And then, hang on, if I go to save game and go to save and continue. So now it should be saved. And do we still have our good... Yeah, we still have the 370 bonus going on. So there's that at least. Now let's go to a random realm. Hopefully it isn't a recurring issue. Well, we're in the realm at least. So now our unicorn, if you go to our creatures, our unicorn through its artifact has this trait. After an adjacent creature is killed, this creature gains 60% of its stats other than health. And I want to know if feign death will trigger this. That's all I want to know. Will feign death trigger this to happen? Like, will feign death trigger Silver Tether? So for that, I will need either the Centaur or the Dreadwhite to cast Feign Death. And for that to happen... Oh my god. Extra traits, really, dude. Either the Centaur... Fuck. Either this Centaur or the... Jesus. This is annoying. Either the Centaur or the Dreadwhite is gonna have to get a turn. Looks like the Centaur is about to get a turn. And here's the question. You have an Ethereal Feign Death now, right? Yes, you do. And now I need to take a look at the battle history and specifically see if Silver Tether was being triggered. Now this is the great thing about the game, is that it could have just said gains max stats without giving you an explanation, and then you'd have to work backwards to see which one was giving that. But in this case, we are seeing outright, yes, Silver Tether is triggering. So, good. That's good. Now that we know that, we can just finish this off. Alright. We also need to go to the Divination Candle. We need to summon one more group of carbuncles. And again, the only reason I'm doing that is so that we have them available to summon. Oh, hey, a nice... well... I don't know. I looked at the rarity before I looked at the stats, and I was like, oh, it's nice. And then I looked at the stats, and I'm like, that's not a great netherstone, if you ask me. Alright. Let's just make our way through this realm. Alright. Alright, let's interact with you. already completed our realm quest. That's good. Alright. Go around here. I can see more nemesis. And remember, we need to... Oh yeah, these jokers are healing as well. We should just be able to do this. Alright. Gotta summon another Sapphire Carbuncle. Unfortunately, it's gonna summon 5 of them. Ooh, this is our master, so let's take you down. I at first thought that it was just part of the scenery, but no, that was our master, and we've got extra traits in this realm. Let's blank slate those away. A nice ensnare on the enemy. Unfortunately, everybody else is blind. So let's start doing some antidotes. Oh. There we go, and how about you feign death? Do it again, I guess. And I guess we can just kill you for real this time. And win like that. Good stuff, right. 8 enemies, including these carbuncles that we summoned. Right, now the summon should be ready. Did we not summon... Oh, I didn't summon another one. Ah, I'm such an idiot. I forgot to summon a new carbuncle. I freaking suck, right. So now we're killing these for no reason. No reason whatsoever. It's okay though. Things were bound to get a little bit disorganized. Alright, we're protected. Oh jeez, okay. Come on. I thought I summoned another one, but evidently I didn't. That's okay. Alright, let's just get through this combat as well. Deal with you guys too. Should be easy, except... Oh, I was gonna say some of them are gonna try and resurrect, but I guess we didn't have any of the resurrecting ones in that group. Alright, more of these guys that I... that I am fighting for no reason. Oh, but we got one of these. Resurrection, obviously, life. Easy, easy mode. Question right there. We must be getting close to finishing the achievement for Riddle Dwarves as well. You need to answer 500 questions correctly. Oh my god. Oh my... Yeah, we're gonna have to blank slate because clearly some dumb stuff seems to be happening. And then we can follow up with a nice one of these. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we do have to do this. Alright. Take those guys out. Alright, and also when I get back to town, I need to switch out these boots for these boots on the unicorn for the previous boots that the unicorn had. Gotta take you down quickly. Easy fight. One of them came back, I assume because they were given the haunted golem trait. It's part of this garbage realm property. Alright, what's left in this realm is 2 enemies that are both fluttering around over there. Before we deal with you, let's go and do this, go around, do that, and I'm gonna avoid them if I can. There's no reason to fight them. And I guess you'll get a small amount of resources for it, but if I can, I will avoid wasting the time. Alright. Okay. And looks like we were able to avoid it, which is good. Alright, let's just head straight back home. Oh no, I'm at the wrong thing. How do we head home? It's the god altar. We don't need to be there. Home is, or next realm, I guess. Actually, no, we do have to go home because we've got to change out our equipment, and we need to summon the next carbuncle. Yeah, let's go to Siralim. Sapphire carbuncle. All right, now finally we can do the main thing for this episode, like the main combat thing, which is taking down Impington. Oh yeah, and before we actually jump in, I do need to go and swap out my gear a little bit. We're spending, well, 371 is good. I was gonna say, we're spending a bit of power on that, but like I said, we are good enough at this point in terms of our power generation to be able to just sustain it without any issue. Alright, now let's just jump in. Random realm or arachnid nest? Let's go arachnid nest because it gives us a pretty good chance of snaring the boss, and also we're just we're still interested in building up our reputation with the Regalis as much as we can. I know people talk a lot about how you should have at least 50 reputation with the various gods, but I want to see how high you can go. You can go reach 100 and even go beyond 100, I believe. I'm gonna take the 3 debuffs. I've already donated. Yeah, so this is gonna be the realm that we're just buffing considerably. Right, and we're recouping a lot of the power that we spent rolling the bonuses for this realm. Yeah, you know what? Always be critical. Why don't you? I don't mind. Yes, snared. I don't know if it's possible not to get snared in this realm. I mean, like, thematically, right? Spiderwebs, snaring, and, you know, the icon for snare is also a spiderweb. But I don't know what the list of possible debuffs are. It is possible that maybe if you get really unlucky, like there are 6 debuffs, and if you get all of the other ones, you might not get snared. Which is why I still breathe a sigh of relief every time I see that we got them snared. Alright, another... group. Yeah, let's fight them immediately. And let's deal with you. And while we're doing this... Yeah, now the summon is ready. Loses less stats is fine. Now we can start... I know this is gonna... I'm distracting myself by doing this, but we do have this stuff to do as well. To do iron golems. And we've summoned 10 of them so far. We need to make room by killing 10 enemies to summon the remaining 10, which is going to take a while, largely because of the carbuncles we summoned, which are gonna also take up space. Alright. Immune to indirect damage, I'm fine with that. Immune to attack damage, definitely not. I'll give you more speed, why not? Why the heck not? Got 17 creatures. Oh no, we can just, with you, we can just do this. Very close to killing you. Creatures. Ooh, and a whole bunch of nemesis creatures in this zone. Totally okay with that. Ooh, these guys seem to be excuse me? Do they have dodge chance? No, they don't have extra traits either, so what's your deal, man? Maybe you just need to do this again? Yeah, this... I guess they had enough defenses that they were able to withstand our first round. Huh. Anyway. Alright, do this. Kill you. And I think we can just do this. Alright, you as well. Yeah, I think we can just do this. Easy fight. Easy fight. This is our master for the realm. We'll deal with you after we deal with this mimic. I think we can just do this, right? One more hit should do it. Nothing in that mimic chest. Sad. But we'll deal with it. Alright, come on. Almost enough to kill them off. There we go, finally we get some buffs. Oh, and a dumpling spawned. That's brilliant. And I think the extra health should really increase the damage that we're doing as well. Oh, I was trying to hunt down that dumpling, but these guys got in my way. Now these brutal enemies are gonna be also annoying. Because they're centaurs and then they do some irritating stuff. But we dealt with them quite handily. What? Trying to track down this dumpling. They'll try and flee from you, but they can't actually leave the realm. So don't worry that they're gonna like despawn or something. Hey, look, another piece of garbage, another stone. Yeah, so don't worry that you lose them permanently. The only way you lose them permanently is if you get into battle with them and then they run away. There's also a trick to like cornering them properly, but sometimes I mess it up. Just because I don't want anything to go wrong, I'm gonna entangle you, send you back to the bottom of the timeline. But I do think we should just be able to punch you now. One more good hit will do it. In fact, I think we can just do this, even. Yeah, there we go. Gained a bunch more levels. Good for us. Alright. And got you to fight as well. We need to summon 2 more groups of iron golems. Which I'll do very shortly. Oh yeah, we gotta deal with you as well. All kinds of things to do. Alright. Oh, almost. Almost. I think we can just do this. Where's my... Yeah, there it is. Another easy win. The 7th win with the Batmaster. Nothing in this chest. Blighted and bleeding. Alright, another easy takedown. Oh yeah, we got a Pandemonium Shrine as well. And we're getting favor with some gods, which is good because that means this realm item bonus will apply to the loot that we're about to receive for this favor rank with Vulcanar. Unfortunately, it seems only one god leveled up. The higher you get in favor rank with them, the larger amounts of favor you will need for the next level, and the less likely it is that you'll be like only 30 away from the next rank with some god. Alright. Now, let's get back to the candle. Summon 2 more groups of you. And I know I'm doing things kind of backwards in this episode, summoning these guys before killing the boss, but I do think overall it'll make things go a bit quicker. Because if we wait until after we've killed the boss, then there's going to be a lot of backtracking hunting down all of these guys that we're summoning. Anybody else down here? No. So we can just go up and around. And find a couple more guys. The only downside is it's going to be a bit of micromanaging because I'm going to save my non-ethereal spell gems for the boss fight. But it's okay, I at least know where my spells are. So I can do them very quickly, and the only downside is the possibility of a miss click or a miss button press since I'm on controller. I think even if I wasn't on controller, this game doesn't use the mouse, it uses keyboard only, so misclick wouldn't be... like, it technically wouldn't be the correct thing, regardless of whether I was doing this on PC or not. Oh, that guy was just stuck in the corner for a while, it seemed. For a moment I thought it was some crazy new NPC type that I hadn't come across before. Alright. Pretty soon I think we'll find some of the remaining carbuncles that we summoned but didn't kill. Alright. Alright. Good stuff. That carbuncle looked like it was running away from us. Alright. Getting our power back. It looks like all of the carbuncles have congregated in this corner of the map. There we go. And there we go. And how many enemies left after this? 1. Where are you? Where are you? We're very far away from our next favor rank, but that's okay. It's always gonna be a slow process, especially when you're this deep into it. Alright, let's grab this, grab that. Drop down here. Where are you? Like, we do actually need to kill this enemy before the portal spawns. It's not just like a completionism thing anymore. It's like you need to do this or the thing won't happen. I think we're good. Let's just do this. Almost enough to finish it off. Are you gonna give us the card we're looking for? Oh, for a moment I got excited because we got a pop-up, but it was obviously the pop-up just telling us about the portal. And as we saw just there, we haven't found the card yet. Alright, let's go in and let's deal with Impington Reborn. The main thing to worry about is he's got a... like, his head will instant kill enemies. I think what we'll do is we'll start out trying to remove our blight. And unfortunately, a couple of our creatures are perma-frozen. But our Dread White is fine now. You should be able to just feign death. Animatus, you're blind. That's okay. We need to start damaging something. And this guy is taking spell damage, so that's good. Centaur Duelist is getting a turn. I think you are now going to cast Antidote. Get rid of Blind, at least. Ebony Ant, I think we're just going to keep you perma-locked down. Keep feigning, keep pretending that you're dying, but not actually dying. Ooh, is there end of turn provoke? Or is one of the body parts just provoking for no reason? I think this time you will entangle some roots. And now we can just chunk this guy down. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. We made him immune to indirect damage, so unfortunately he's not taking the woe damage. You know what? While you have Arcane, you should be doing this. And yeah, let's entangle some more roots. Keep doing this, I guess. I really wish we had our extra attacks and casts. Slowing things down considerably, not having them. We are slowly scaling up, though. Does he have extra health? He doesn't, but he does have less damage taken and all kinds of other annoying things. I'll entangle some more roots. That's such a powerful spell. Entangling roots. Yep, there we go. Now the dominoes are starting to crumble, and oh, that's all it took. Alright, open this. Hey, another garbage nether stone. Open that. Get nothing. Open this. We get... Okay, well, I mean, at first this seemed really good, but if it's not gonna affect traits, like, if all it's doing is affecting stats, then that's kind of pointless. This could be pretty good, actually. You know what, I'm gonna take that. This is gonna be great for realms where enemies have, like, cast 11 times. And if you can just take that and permanently nerf them... Honestly, I'm gonna take that. I'm doing it, I'm fucking taking it. And what is our heaping treasure? It is the laser beam anointment, the laser beam inscription. Now we get this spell, which is gonna be important for the thing that I'm gonna attempt to do in a few episodes. And we've reached level 55 with the Life Guild. Good stuff. Very good stuff indeed. And we've got a few missions to turn in as well. Alright, I think we're gonna just go ahead and hand those in. Where is the exit? It's down there. Alright. We'll go around and do that. Two projects to turn in. Sounds good. What was I gonna do? Yeah, I was gonna pilgrimage with Azrael. Now you've reached level 32. We get some loot as well, I guess. And you get another key. You'll immediately start another Keyforge mission. And do we need to do, apart from the training, which we're doing, and the assassination, which we're also doing, I don't think there's any other mission we need to do. We do need to do some gambling. Siralim, Kino. We'll do that next episode. Now, I think we're just gonna call it good because it's been a long enough episode. So we'll just start another pilgrimage. And like I said, we'll just pick whichever god is the lowest and give them a bit of a boost. Alright, let's take a look at what we accomplished this episode. Got the usual collection of achievements. In this case, we also got an achievement for, oh yeah, this reminds me, before we do our wrap-up, we need to set a new bounty. Do need to set a new bounty. We're done with this guild. Yeah, you're now showing us treasure chests. And you're stuck on that page. Yeah, I think this is the, so, this guild is at level 59. This is at level 55. And they're showing us the same amount of things, which must mean that it caps out at this amount of things. Now, I don't know if this is at exactly 50, which is when you stop getting achievements, or if it's a little bit above 50. But regardless, we're not going to unlock any more things by gaining more ranks, I don't think. I think all we're going to get is more stats, which is nice, which is fine. But I do want to also, like, unlock everything first before I start picking a guild to help, like, power, like, crazy, boost some of my stats. And if I did pick a guild to do that, it would be the Nature Guild, and we're done with them. We're done with them for now. We'll set a bounty with you. We might as well keep killing Impington, right? Actually, no. Let's kill Mindworm. Actually, no. I'm gonna take a look at the Ancestor. What are the Blood Mage, Inquisitor, Purgatorian? Let's look at the anointments. We need to do this before we end off this episode. Because, like, we need to have our next. So I need Bloodthirst. It would help a lot with the thing that I want to attempt, but the thing that I'm gonna attempt, I mean, we'll have a good chance of, right, we'll have a good chance of getting Bloodthirst because we've killed this guy a bunch of times. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess we'll do that. Alright. So now we can start wrapping up. I know I've been not very descriptive in terms of, like, I've been dropping hints about what's gonna happen in this episode, and it's not so much that I want to keep it as a surprise, it's more so that there are things in the game that I don't know fully how they work, and I don't want to go into a detailed description of something I'm gonna attempt if it turns out to be a failure. But suffice it to say, whether it succeeds or fails, we will go through it together when the time is right. For now, the time was simply to take down Impington again, get through a few regular floors, and do a bit of experimentation, seeing how the game's record keeping works in terms of how it tracks stat gains and stat reduction. Oh, and also we saw our very first on-camera game crash / a game freezing up, so that was fun as well. Another milestone in this series. But yeah, that is gonna be all for this one. I hope you had a good time. I hope you weren't too put off by all the random little tangents I kept going down. Trust me, it's all building up towards something. it is. And it's gonna be... whether it succeeds or whether it fails, I can guarantee you it'll be at least interesting to watch, if nothing else. But yes, that's the plan for the future. For now, all I have to say is thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, take care.